Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire and this is Claire's Neverland of Books. Today I'm bringing you my November book haul. I just counted my stacks and I think I have 47 books to haul for you for the month of November. Let's get into it. We're going to kind of rapid fire these because there's just way too many to go into detail on. So I'm going to start with my manga like I did last time and we'll go from there. I haul quite a bit of manga every month because I think I might have mentioned it in my last haul video, but when Barnes & Noble does the 25% off pre-order sale, I truly try to buy all my manga through there because that's a great deal. So, of course, it leads me to having a lot of manga coming out. Up first, we have Fire in His Fingertips, Volume 5. It's very spicy. This was actually one of my first truly on-page spicy mangas that I picked up, but I highly recommend it. It's a great time. Then we have Black or White Volume 9. This is a boys love manga that follows two actors that are both closeted. They're not out to the public, but they live with each other, have been dating for years, and it's their story of trying to keep their relationship secret and also get by without going totally depression mode for having to hide that big piece of them to everybody. Next we have Hate Me But Let Me Stay Volume 2. This is an Omega verse boys love. Next I have another boys love manga called All or Nothing. Honestly, I know nothing about it. It's by an author that I've previously read from and truly loved, so I think that that's why I picked it up. Next I have another Omega verse, which I find I gravitate towards in boys love. It's called The Second Alpha. I'm not too sure what it is about, but it says, can an Omega with a tragic past open his heart to a new love? One that I just picked up recently is called Lethal Dose of Love. I'm not too sure. It sounds like one of our male main characters was devastated when another MMC confessed his love and then promptly disappeared from his life. Next I have The New Recruit Volume 1. This is a manhwa that follows a guy who went into a specific workforce to follow his crush. Well, then that crush turns out to not reciprocate his feelings at all, so he's stuck in a dead-end job working as an intern with a big executive boss. It's their love story. This was really cute. I had a really good time. This is by another author that I've read from before and really enjoyed, so I was excited when I saw that they had another series coming out in English. We have The Big Apple Volume 1. This was a really fun one to read, but this follows a hitman that's a part of a secret agency in New York and his life trying to get out of being a secret agent. This is Unholy Blood Volume 4. And next is a newer translated one that just came out. It's called Semantic Errors Volume 1. Another series that I've started but I have not caught up on, and I really need to get caught up on because this is Volume 7 of A Business Proposal. The first couple volumes have been really fun, so I really need to continue on with this one. Next we have Checkmate Volume 1. Again, it's a popular BL webtoon that was moved to English print for the first time. I just saw a lot of good, positive thoughts about this one. Next we have Solo Leveling Volume 10. Next we have Volume 3 of Tied to You. This follows a unique idea that when you meet your soulmate, a red thread wraps around your finger and connects you two together. Next we have The World After the Fall Volume 8. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little far behind on this series, so it's been a while since I picked up the first few volumes, so I don't truly remember what it's about. But I think it kind of follows along the similar vein of Solo Leveling, where we have a low rank who's trying to become a higher rank within their world, and it's his journey. And lastly, for manga manhwas, I have Cherry Blossoms After Winter. This is another webtoon turned manhwa. I don't know much about it, but I'm really excited to give this one a go. Okay, next on to standard books that I've picked up throughout the month. Some either pre-order or Barnes & Noble trips. I'm not really sure at this point, but I did pick up Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Moss at Barnes & Noble specifically. Oh, let's focus. Too much white. But I was trying to decide if I should pick it up or not because it does have a standard sprayed edge edition coming out next year, But I did decide that I wanted to read it sooner rather than later, so I did pick it up, and I will be giving this one a go. And if I like it enough, I probably will pick up the hardcovers when they come out. Fairy Loot did just announce their edition, and I'm very underwhelmed by it. I actually like the Barnes & Noble edition better. So if I do pick one up, it would be the Barnes & Noble's edition. Then we have Lost in Lasso by Lila Sage. This is book 3 in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. Following one of the brothers, I don't remember which one. This follows, I think, the older brother of the 3 brothers that are in this series. It's so short. I really need to read this. I'm surprised I haven't read it. It was on my TBR for this month, and I did not get to it. So hopefully soon, because it will take me all of 3 hours to read, if that. Just need to sit down and actually read it. Then I picked up Guild by Raven Kennedy. I talked about it in my Romantasy BookCon video that I will leave linked down below. I have not read Raven Kennedy yet, and I need to. And I told myself, because they just reprinted the paperback editions to have this, like, gold dripping down the edge. And so I told myself if I could find that edition, that I would buy it. And Target had it with their, like, buy 2 get 1 free sale. So I picked it up because my Barnes & Noble's hasn't had it. So I saw it and I was like, let me just grab it. I'll read it and then I can continue on or not, depending on if I like it or not. So I'm hoping that it's a win. I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard I have to get to book 2, which I hate, but I'm willing to give it a try. So this has been added to my shelves. Next we have Redeemed by Lauren Asher. This is book 4 in the Dirty Air series. I have been picking these up as they've been getting published through Bloom Books, because they have like matching spines that will all line up together that do a Formula 1 race car. So I haven't read this. I think I'm only read the first book in the series, but I've really enjoyed it and had a good time. So I do just need to pick up the rest of the series and continue on. So I had to have this for my collection. I also picked up The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. This is for a vlog that you guys should be seeing in like a week or so for the Goodreads Choice Awards. So it's a Christina Lauren book. I always tend to love them, and I'm definitely excited for this one. Next, I picked up Tempest of Wrath and Vengeance by Melissa K. Rourke. This is book 3 in the Legacy series. This came out on the end of October, so I had to pick up a physical copy. I'm going to have fun lugging these books to LA when I go down there to meet her, because she needs to sign all of my books, because I adore her books so much. Next, I picked up Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan. This was a part of the buy 2 get 1 free sale at Target, I think, is when I picked it up. I have been eyeing this one and debating on if I should pick it up or not. But I really like the isekai vibes that I get in some of my manhwas, which is where you start off in the real world and you die, or you go into a coma, or something significant happens and you wake up and you're inside a video game or a fantasy world of some sort, like a TV show or something. And I really like that premise, so I am excited to give this book a try. So I have The Frontrunner by Elsie Silver. This is a part of the Gold Rush Ranch series that's getting republished through Bloom Books, along with all of her other books. So I needed to have it for my collection. It's got spine that will like do the mountain range. So I had to have a first print edition to go with my collection. And then last, for just like regular books, not like anything special about them, I picked up Lights Out by Navessa Allen. I have been seeing this book everywhere, and I finally have been dying to read it, because this is a dark romance, like a dark stalker romance, and I haven't been in my dark romance era recently. So I knew that like this was on my radar and I wanted to read it. And so I finally got to a point where I was like, no, I really, really, really want to read it. Well, I went to go buy it on Amazon and it was like delivery in 3 to 4 weeks with Prime. And I was like, no, that's not right. So I sat on it for a little while and I was like, I just need to go back to Barnes & Noble and pick it up. Well, then I went back onto Amazon and it was temporarily out of stock. So I went to Barnes & Noble right before Thanksgiving and picked this up and then read this in one sitting. Had a really good time. We'll talk about it in my wrap up. Now on to standard special editions. Well, kind of. These first 2 are from This first one is from Catherine Moon. It is a copy of Getting Down on the Farm, which was like a set of serial shorts that she did on her Patreon and then put them into a little bind up. It is a tiny little book. Let me show you, like, compared to her other books, like the height difference. Like, it looks like it's like a mass market. It's really cute and adorable. Got like silver foiling on it, and it's just precious. So I had to order this from her because I have almost all of her books, so I needed this one for my collection. Then from Katie Roberts' Patreon, I got The Demon's Queen, which matches all my other editions in this series, and it's now complete. These are just like fun little demon monster novellas that she's been putting out, and they're just stunning with their foiling on them, so I had to have this one. I'm so glad to add this one to my collection. Then the next books in the stack are just like standard editions with sprayed edges, essentially. So you have Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. I recently read this right before it got picked up and really thoroughly enjoyed it, and so I had to order it when I saw that it was coming out with Source Books. So I'm so excited for this one. It's got like foiling on the cover and the words, which are so pretty. And I think the second book is getting republished this upcoming month, so I should be able to add that to my collection too. Then we have the repub of Scorched by JLA. This is a contemporary romance suspense-esque thriller. I need to reread this because this is my favorite out of the Frigid and this one. It's my favorite, so I need to reread it soon because I love it. It's just got black sprayed edges as well. Then another one with like beautiful sprayed edges. It's called Always Mine by Laura Pavlov. I've been eyeing her books for a while, so I was at Barnes & Noble's and I decided to pick it up. I thought that it would be a good one to give a try, so it's added to the and then this book, I don't know if this was a good decision or not. I had fun with this book when I read it, but it was not a good book. But I really want to continue and read the rest of it. It started as a Wattpad book, and I think that it just wasn't translated well to English because it was not written in English originally, and that is my fault by Mercedes Ron. This is like a typical Wattpad story. Mom gets married into a new family and daughter has to go live with them, and she doesn't like her mom, ends up with a new stepbrother, and the stepbrother is involved in all kinds of dangerous stuff and keeps saving her from weird situations, and they might fall in love. I love a good stepbrother romance, I can't lie. One of my favorites. So I had high hopes for this. It's an Amazon Prime movie, which I think was why I picked it up originally. But I think I gave it 2 stars when I read it. But like, I was thoroughly entertained. So I feel like it might be more of like a 3.5 star because of how entertained I was. I need to continue on and decide if it's something that I'm going to keep on my shelves or not. But I had to get this pretty edition because it's got like foiling and like just block sprayed edges, but I couldn't not. Along those same lines, I had to pick up the paperback edition of The Hurricane Wars that just came out. It's got sprayed edges. I'm really hoping that they'll reprint the hardcover and do sprayed edges to match book 2, because book 2 is coming out with the sprayed edge treatment. So I absolutely adore this book. It is a Raylo fanfiction brought to life, and it's so much fun. It's true, like, to its core, it's a Star Wars novel set in a different world. But it's good versus evil, light versus dark. You have airships. I had the best time with this book, and I need to read book 2 soon. Next, we have a fun one. It's a light novel, which means it's a manga written in a novel form. So it's actually a webtoon series called Under the Oak Tree, and this is volume 1. It came with gorgeous, like, sprayed edges and foiling on the cover. It's just stunning. But basically, it's just the first volume of the webtoons in written form instead of pictures and words, like in comic form, in manga form. So I had to pick this up. I can't wait to read it. I know it's going to be a good time because I've already read the first volume of the webtoon, so I'm very excited for this. Next we have Onyx by JLA. They're just reprinting these in like hardcovers with special sprayed edges, and I need them for my collection because this is one of my favorites. And lastly, I picked up Throne of Secrets by Karen Maniscalco. This is from Bookish Signs. It's got beautiful stenciled edges, and I have Throne of the Fallen to match this one, so I had to order this one to match because it's just so stunning. Everything else is just like the standard edition of it. Like this is just the normal cover. It's just those sprayed edges. Now on to like my book box special editions. First, from Fairy Loot, I have from the Romantasy book box, I have A Fire in the Sky by Sophie Jordan. This edition is very lackluster to me. I don't love it. I don't hate it, but it's just not my favorite that I've seen them do. And the Under the Dust Jacket I like the most, actually. It's just very plain. The dust jackets are really stunning. I do like those. I do think they're different on both sides, yes. But other than that, it just is not my favorite edition. Then from the ink pages, I have the Everqueen by L.J. Andrews. This edition is just so beautiful. Like, so stunning. The end papers are just gorgeous. It came with a slipcase too because they made it so that we could put books 1 and 2 in there. But I have mine faced with the edges out, so they're not even in the same spot because it's color coordinated. But it also did come, it has some spicy overlays, but it also has like beautiful artwork like inside the book. So I'm really excited to add this one to my collection. Then from the Bookish box, I have The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. This is a second generation hockey romance in her off-campus world. So these editions do match the off-campus set, but I don't have those, so I'm stuck with just these ones. But they're stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Next from Fabled, they were getting caught up. I don't remember what months these are. I think they're June and July. Couldn't tell you which is which, but I have Worthy of Fate. This edition. The colors are beautiful on this. Like, the edges. I've been really happy with the quality of Fabled. They have been dealing with delays due to their US distribution center not working out, which is not their fault. So they had to ship everything back to Australia to then be shipped to us. And then I also have from them, so this, like I said, either June or July. I have House of Gilded Nightmares. This edition. It's stunning. It's so short. Like, the foiling. It's got words on it that are very hard to see. Like, I can't even see them when I'm, like, staring at it up close. Like, but the foiling is just stunning. Next I have from Owlcrate, I have a series. I have the Shades of Madness series by V.E. Schwab. So I have a darker shade of magic, which these editions, oh my god, they're just so stunning. And I have a Fragile Thread of Power from Owlcrate, and I loved the editions so much. So when they announced that they were going to be doing the Shades of Magic series, I had to get them. There was no question about it. Then we have A Gathering of Shadows with the edges. Yeah, these I needed to add to my collection. They're just so beautiful. And the naked on this one. The eds. And A Conjuring of Light. Owlcrate's books are hit or miss for me because they either have enough detail, like this one has plenty of detail in it and I really love how they turned out, but some of their series, like, it's just like solid blocked edges, so I haven't been like so thrilled. And then from Arcane, I have one of their bi-monthly boxes, which was Melissa K. Rourke. They had Lady of Darkness, which this cover, oh, it's just so stunning with the detail. I'm not thrilled with the edges. They're not my vibe, but they're really pretty still. And the under the dust jacket is just so beautiful with stunning end papers. Lady of Shadows, the second book. So they will be completing this at some point. I'm super sad because they are doing the Legacy series for Rare. If anybody lives in Australia and wants to get me that, I am going to a Polycon, so if you want one of those ones, let me know. They're just so beautiful. And then lastly, also from Arcane, I have the Ivy Asher box. It just came to me yesterday, and these editions are stunning. So they did an omnibus of one of her series, and then a book one in a co-written series that she and Anne Deaton have written together. So first we have Into Their Woods, which is the co-written book, and this book is just so stunning. It's got beautiful artwork, and the end paper edges, like, can you see that wolf? So this has the hard case and then the end papers. Just, it's so pretty. Like I said, I love Arcane's quality in their books. And then this is the omnibus. I don't know how to say that. I'm not going to try to, but it's like the first book is The Bone Witch, so I'm really excited to give this one a try. Look at those edges. Stunning. And they're the hard cases. And it's got like this soft matte finish to it, and they just feel so great in your hand. And the end papers. All right, well, that is all I have for my November book haul. It was a lot. Not as much as last month, October, but it still was a lot. So, if you want to let me know down in the comments below, are you excited for any of these books? Are you excited for me to read any of them? Which ones should I read first? Let me know. And if you want to just leave me an emoji to say we're here, leave me a bone emoji for the Bone Witch. And I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you are having a great day wherever you are. Until next time, guys. Bye!